Welcome back to 6 Minute Math, where we turn confusion into clarity 6 minutes at a time. Thank you for joining us today for our video on rounding numbers. 6 minutes is not a lot of time, so here we go. Our key points when we are rounding numbers is that we are always going to check out the neighbor to the right. From there, we're going to follow this little mnemonic device. 4 or less, don't make a mess. Or 5 or more, add 1 score. An important notice here is that we need to know our place values. If you are struggling with your place values, please check out our video here at 6 Minute Math called Place Values to help you with that process. A little reminder here, we have our 2 in our 100,000. Our 7 in our 10,000, the 9 is in the thousands, the 1 is in the hundreds, and the 3 is in the tens, the 8 is in the ones position, and then we get down to the 10th position with the 4, the 100th position with the 6, and the 1000th position with the 5. So let's get to rounding some numbers. We're going to round to the nearest 100 in the following. So firstly, we need to figure out which number is in our hundreds position. That would be the 2. And then I look to the neighbor to the right. We have a 5. Well, we know that 4 or less, don't make a mess. 5 or more, add 1 score. Because it is a 5, I'm going to add 1 to the place value I am looking for, which would give us a final answer of 92,300. Let's round to the nearest 10th. I have to first find what number is in my 10th position. That would be the 2. And then I look to that neighbor to the right. 4 or less, don't make a mess. 5 or more, add 1 score. We have a 4, so we're not going to make a mess by cutting it off at that point for 428.2. As you can see, when I am rounding to the nearest 10th, 100th, 1000th, or anything below the decimal, I cut my number off at that point of the place value I'm looking for. Let's round to the nearest 10. In this case, I have my 9 in my tens position, so I look at that neighbor to the right. I see that it's a 7, which is a 5 or more, so we're going to add 1 score. Now, in this case, I can't add 1 to 9 and make it a 10, because that wouldn't make sense in our number. So what I'm going to do is actually take this 1 and add it to the neighbor on the left, increasing it to a 4, which would give us a final answer for this one of 52,400. Let's round to the nearest thousandths. What number is in my thousandths position? It is a 5. So I look at that neighbor on the right, which is a 7. It is more than 5, so we're going to add 1 score, giving us an answer of 0.436, and that place value I end with matches with the place value I am rounding to. Let's round to the nearest 10,000. So in this case, I have my 1 in my 10,000s position, and I know that it is a 4 or less with the neighbor, so I'm not going to make a mess by keeping it with a 1, and the rest of the number fills in to zeros for 310,000. Now on to our last example here. We're going to round to the nearest hundredth. Now in this case, my 5 is in my 100th position. So I check out my neighbor to the right, and it's a 9. It is a 5 or more, so I'm going to add 1 score for a final answer of 274,234.66. Those are all the examples we have today for rounding numbers. Please follow us on Instagram and TikTok at 6 Minute Math, and be sure to like, share, subscribe, and leave a comment below for any topic you want to see me tackle in a future 6-minute episode. Always remember that the best way to get math is to practice math, so keep on practicing. And until next time, keep solving and evolving.